If you have been paying attention to the tech headlines recently, you may have found that many are talking about something called the Metaverse. This phrase has been quite popular in the crypto and the NFT world, as well as social media. However, if it does continue to grow at the current rate, it will become a game-changing concept that will impact the entire internet in a massive way. Author Neil Stephenson is credited with coining the word metaverse in his 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash, in which he envisioned lifelike avatars who met in realistic 3D buildings and other virtual reality environments. Since then, various developments have made milestones on the way towards a real metaverse, an online virtual world which incorporates augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D holographic avatars, video, and other means of communication. As Metaverse expands, it will offer a hyper-real alternative world for you to coexist in. The glimmers of Metaverse already exist in online gaming universes such as Fortnite and Minecraft, and the companies behind those games have ambitions to be part of the evolution of Metaverse. Understanding the Metaverse is complicated, especially because it does not exist yet. Since companies like Epic Games, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Facebook, Meta, won't stop talking about it, there's an evolving definition to describe the next iteration of the internet. There's no universally accepted definition of the real metaverse, except that maybe it's a fancier successor to the internet. The metaverse, in its simplest terms, is a three-dimensional concept where people are connected. People from different places, separate universes, or spheres of life, and they can interact with one another via connected headsets or glasses. Translating that to a real-world situation and technology, we get a concept of metaverse that refers to a new version of the internet. This was imagined as a new kind of environment that allows for more immersive social sharing. Obviously, this means that the metaverse has massive potential to change the way communication between people works. More than that, it can change the way businesses operate, how we spend money, what we spend it on, and more. Let's dig in a little deeper. To better understand the metaverse, we first have to understand augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. AR, or augmented reality, requires a smart device with a camera and a screen. It is commonly used with smartphones but can also be web-based on a desktop computer. Augmented reality superimposes a 3D image onto a screen of a smartphone so that it appears that the object is in the same physical space as the user. If you have played the game Pokemon Go, you get the idea of how AR can be used to enhance a gaming experience by layering interactive elements over the real world. VR, or virtual reality, requires a wearable headset to interact in the virtual world created by developers. VR requires the user to exist in virtual space and is often one user using one headset. Mixed reality incorporates elements of VR and AR. A person can interact with virtual and real-world objects, and virtual objects can interact with real ones. For example, a Snapchat hot dog can dance across the table without falling off the edges. Now let's put all this together. The metaverse is a space similar to the internet in which people will be able to engage with different types of media such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. The overall user experience aims to be seamless and interconnected no matter the hardware or software you're using. Think of the World Wide Web with enhanced layers that can be fully immersive. The metaverse is composed of extended reality experiences that will need to be developed specifically to work across all operating systems and devices. Extended reality, or XR, is an umbrella term that refers to any type of extended reality such as VR, AR, or MR. Metaverse exploded recently because of Facebook's decision to rebrand into Meta. Of course, Facebook, the social platform, will remain the same as always. However, the company behind it is no longer Facebook and is instead heading towards being something bigger because it believes that Metaverse is the next big thing, and it aims to be the industry leader in bringing it and changing the world. As for the kind of changes we can expect, the answer is not quite clear. There are some things that we already know will become the new norm, but a lot of it remains unknown and will only be discovered along the way. Take healthcare for example. Medical tech is already quite advanced, but it can go even further with Metaverse. It will allow medical professionals to collect vast amounts of data on the patients without ever coming into direct contact. It will make gaming more realistic and immersive, and it will allow consumers to test products in a virtual environment before they can buy them. It will also allow you to travel around the world without ever having to leave your room. Not unlike what you can already do on Google Maps and Street View, but imagine it being more immersive and alive, and filled with other people exploring the world alongside you. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of the newly named Meta, estimates that it could be 5 to 10 years before the key features of the Metaverse become mainstream. But the aspects of the Metaverse currently exist. Ultra-fast broadband speeds, virtual reality headsets, and persistent always online worlds are already up and running, even though they may not be accessible to all. This is the future that we're heading towards, and only a small hint of the total impact that the Metaverse can have on the world. Even this already seems huge, but it is only scratching the surface, and in only a few years, or maybe decades, we expect the world to be a lot different than the one we grew up in, thanks to such massive technological leaps.